I'm afraid that it's not broadcasting again. Oh, it is. Okay. Welcome. Um, yeah, I am supposed to drive in this lobby, but I don't want to have sprint without a commentator for the second week in a row. And in my opinion, it's a bit of a penalty for everything I did last week. So sorry for that. We're here for sprint once again. I don't know which rounds it are. I just know that we will do France and Melbourne, Porricore and Melbourne. And that we will see what will happen. Alu is hosting the lobbies now. So let's see how he does it. I hope everyone could get in. Remember, we still have reverse grids. And I was just barely in time, by the way. I think we still have 15 drivers. I, again, didn't have the time. So this was actually very useful once again. To have someone else set up the grid. So here we are for the first of 2 races of sprint tonight with Mike on the pole, obviously. And we're underway. And Mike is already alongside with Major, who is in the Merc and who is maybe taking the lead and actually taking the lead. Mike dropping to second. Everyone else is really doing okay here. Not a lot happening though. No, of course Jack is in a prime position, but he's already under attack from Robin in that corner. Luke already with a penalty for gaining a position by corner cutting, even though he's down in 12th. And that's a big run for Adam, by the way. Jack kinda holding up his car teammate Mini Turns, but in the end Mini Turns is gonna make the move. Mike already with a corner cut-in warning penalty. Can I have some tire? Wait, fuck. Oh my god, there's a McLaren going all the way to the left there from Moose King. And not a lot happening though. Mike already being passed by Robin, who had a very good grid position thanks to the fact that he only drove 1 out of the last 6 races. The Alpines still there together. There is actually some contact, but Mini Turns has made it through on the softs, and Jack is actually under a lot of pressure from a lot of other guys on softs as well. Some yellow flags, I don't know for what, but DDK is also up into P5. And then the rest is coming with, of course, Alu and Steva from the back. They are in the championship battle, we can say. And Alu is in a much, well, not a much, but at least in a better car for this week. And he kind of needs that to get closer to Steva in the points. Of course, still, Joe is still leading, but I don't think he will be after tonight. And it was actually an issue for Adam, and Mike has some contact there with DDK. Jack going wide because he kind of was spooked because of it. Looked a little bit like that, I don't know for sure. At the front, these two are kind of getting away. Robin will surely make a move soon for the lead, and Alu is already up into 5th, passing Mike there. Steva and Jack side by side. Steva was P10 at the beginning of this lap and is now challenging for 7th. When we see Robin passing Major for the lead. And does quite successfully. And here is like the rest. But still this big group where also Said is joining and trying to pass Moose King there. Said going very wide there. Yeah, I'm sorry to Steva as well, since I'm his teammate technically in this class, but I think he can do it on his own, and we see him doing that by passing Mike here, even though he's not giving up. And Mike is going off track a bit and already has 6 seconds of penalties, while Robin sets in the fastest lap with a 33.4. I still think this format is the best because you see a lot of battling constantly all over the place. The top 2 still with a little bit of gap to the rest, where DDK is now attacking mini turns for the final podium position. And he had such a better exit there compared to mini turns, but he was kind of on the apex there, was not really room to make a move. He is defending the inside, but I think his light was already flashing. And behind that, Jack is putting up the fight here to Alu. Jack back in sprint, backing out of the move as well, but at least glad to see him back in sprint. She always is someone to take notice of in these races. He has to watch out that he won't be under too much pressure from Steba up ahead. DDK make the move work on mini turns and is up into third. He is still doing very well in the Alfa Romeo. At the back, Mike is still trying to defend what he can. He's now under pressure from big turns, who really started down the grid, of course. There's like a whole queue. Alu now in the slipstream from Mini, who is under another attack. At the front, Robin created a 1 second gap to Major, who has been a very solid and reliable reserve in the last couple of weeks. And also with some success. I think he scored at least 1 podium. Alu still needs to stay behind, same goes for Steba. On the smaller grid, it's easier for those two to finish in the front, of course. They're already now in the top 7, but I think it's a little bit harder now. There are some people that can do something against them with this pace. Although Steba is alongside with Jack, and he is actually very close already to Alu, really keeping a lookout of him. This is a big opportunity for one of the 2 Finns to get the championship. I think they are mainly the main championship protagonists, except if Big Turns is still going to do something, but he is a little bit off the pace here. I think Major made a little bit of a mistake. He's now under a lot of pressure from DDK, and the gap has increased to 1.7. And the rest following here. A very tight 4-way battle. There's a big gap now to Moose King, who's leading a same group of cars, almost identical. And only Adam and Matt are really not close to the others. A very poor exit there from mini turns, and Alu is already alongside and even past him. But I think mini turns has lower wings and a better car in a straight line. Nevertheless, Alu makes the move work and is up into P4 after 5 laps. The counter from mini turns though, and there is a little bit of contact there, and it looked a bit unlucky since Mini lost a lot of momentum, which was not really proportional to the contact that there was. Luckily didn't spun out anyone in the process, but he has dropped back to the second group where he will be under attack from Moose King. DDK now going up for P2 here against Major, but again DDK on the soft though, that is giving away a little bit of his progress. And Moose King indeed making the move on mini turns, who's now in this group where we have some side to side action between Jaguar in the other Alpha Tauri and Mike. And everyone is still kind of close to each other. Luke is dropping off a little bit. They're still side by... Oh wait, no, it's Jaguar actually attempting for another position. And Saeed there on the inside. They're almost like in formation 2 by 2. Mike goes extremely wide on a part of the track you don't want to go to. And I think he will even lose the position to Luke. And this is some solid fighting where Jaguar eventually goes into the pits. No, he doesn't. Only Jack is in. And Jaguar makes the move on Mini, yeah. Mike with another corner cutting penalty. I think he already, in this rate, he will be disqualified. Hello, hello. And Jack with the undercut. DDK really almost losing his car there. And Alu was not able to capitalize on that, and he is now under full pressure from Steba as well. They basically have to both pass DDK here. Major actually re-passed him and created another gap. Robin is in for the win in this race, by the way. The Aston Martin is a good car to win in, Said showed it last week, since you can still get that one. So Alu made it work until into P3, but he's still very close to these two. Where Steva is trying something around the outside, and DDK is trying something on the inside, and I still love the fact of France that you can take so many different lines, even though Alu is defending this successfully. Adam also went in, by the way, as one of the first to pit. And Major is in now. You can already make it into the softs. I'm glad Major does that, because I think you can make it already on the softs, and an early pit stop is better than a later one. Even though you're on the mediums, that doesn't really matter. And it's surprising that Alu, DDK and Steba continue, or not, because France is kind of harsh on tires. They are still very close together. The Williams duo is a little bit further behind. Luke is still close to Mike, and then the guys that come out of the pits, where Jack is indeed jumping everyone, technically. Really smart decision. He even jumped Major by 1.5. But how will Jack's tires be at the end? That's the question. Anyway, at the front, DDK really showing that his softs are still manageable, repassing Alu, and this shows that this battle is just a little bit about who has DRS and who doesn't. And Alu can already come back at him if the odds are equal. And with that I mean... Oh, Seba. Oh, if he's gonna pull this off, that's sensational, because he was in 4th. But he just clears DDK. There's someone talking very loudly outside. Anyway. Even Adam, who was very far behind, jumped at least Jaguar and Mini, although he's still close to them. Alu and big turns are in. Interesting that these all continue. Very interesting. So DDK also on the softs, like going quite long. Big turns in, and let's see where they are compared to Jack. Jack is already going into turn 1. He's already catched up with Matt. Major is following. And I think Alu will be behind. He indeed is. Followed by big turns, then Moose King, and then these guys. Where Said dropped kind of far. I think Said has damage to fix, because he had a long... Okay, I didn't have connection with the chat, apparently. That's weird. Not that there was something said, but... So, like, the undercut can really work, and also when you're free air, but I don't think it's really profitable for these guys who are all in a big DRS group now behind big turns, who managed to just get ahead of everyone. Anyway. So... Jack already passed Matt, Major is doing the same. I think Matt should also pit now this lap. And at the front, DDK is still continuing even though he was on the softs. I'm now a little bit questioned why. If you were on the mediums, yeah sure, but... So let's see, where is Jack actually gonna even He undercutted Robin by 3 laps, and he was quite far down, but he's even passing Robin into turn 1. And for the rest, we have Alu very close on Matt. Steba, well, he didn't lose that much, but he was very close to Alu, and now he isn't anymore. Fastest lap by Jaguar behind on the DRS. Mike also pitted, so Matt still has to pit at the top 2 because Luke also continued. Oh. Steba there passing Matt. And then this whole group will be coming, where Adam is very close on Jaguar. Although Jaguar has the soft tires, Adam is in the Haas. So let's see what he can do. No retirement so far this race. Also no big moments for anyone. I think Adam had a big moment, but and mini turns of course, but no damage because the walls are not that close. And yeah, DDK is now in. Luke should also go in. Oh, he doesn't. He just wants to lead, I think. And then, yeah, of course, Jack is like, he did a very, very bold strategy, but he's not gonna win with that for sure. Robin has 3 laps better tires and will take over the lead very soon. He has 4 laps to do it, and Jack is already out of Euros. I don't think it's even worth to fight for. Robin there to the inside. He is on his way to the win. But Jack still built a big buffer to some other guys though, so you can still maybe make this work if his tires don't let him down. And further behind, Jaguar is even alongside, and that's an unusual corner to overtake, but he doesn't. So, passing Moose King in the process. And Adam also looking on the inside of Moose King immediately, but maybe he can better wait for the DRS straight. Steba has actually clawed all the way back up to Alu. Fully into his DRS. Let's see what our championship contenders are doing. I will, in the break I will go through the standings. Maybe I can already do some results. There is the attack from Steba coming. It's quite important for Alu to at least finish both races ahead of him. It doesn't really compromise their corresponding grid position for the next one, since they will still be alongside each other on the grid. So it's kind of important for Alu to hold on for 3 more laps to at least finish in front of him, because he has to close the gap and not increase it. Noof is joining us for the second race. I think he will be in the Red Bull, the other Red Bull. Although Steba is now getting the fastest lap because of the DRS draft he has. Great sportsmanship, great racecraft among these. I think Alu will be able to counter, although I see his light flashing. But the benefit for Steba is that thanks to the DRS he even has the fastest lap. Although I think Robin will be able to take that over from him, because he has to DRS this lap on Luke, who is, I'm not sure what he's doing. Oh wait, maybe Luke pitted in lap 1. No, I don't think he did, right? Matt also didn't pit so far. I don't know, I'm often getting confused by this. But I think 10 laps made sense, because we're on lap 11, so he did 10 full laps on them. So I don't think Luke has pitted in lap 1. No, it can't be. He can't be that far ahead without a safety car. Sorry for missing this, but Alu is indeed countering, and like I predicted, repassing Steba, so I think it will be more of a strategical or tactical call. I don't think they will be able to get another position on Major, but at least they're battling for fourth, since Luke is in, finally. DDK is now coming in is trying to get an extra position over Big Turns. penalty from Matt is very unusual. And Steba has repassed Alu again. I should kind of stay with this battle, maybe. They have, I think, one of the greatest battles of the season. And maybe in hindsight we will talk greatly about this. And now Steba has gained 7/10 and has his own DRS. I think he decided to push. Yeah, he decided to push big time, and also benefits from the fact that Major doesn't have a big or good run. And with Jack's penalty, Steba can actually finish in second again. He has become a little bit of the new Joe, though. Although he doesn't go on win streaks, he goes to podiums all the time now. Oh, there was rain forecasted. That's why Luke stayed out so long. He was just gambling for it. So, Steba even passed Major, and now Jack needs 2/10 to make this work, or 1/10. And if it goes raining rather quickly, it can still be exciting, because the whole grid has to do another lap. DDK passed big turns. Here in the back we have some drivers also battling for 9th. And Alu can maybe try to pass Major. He kinda needs it though. The gap will only increase. Disqualification of Alu was kinda awful in Hungary, which was a shit show of course, but still he made a mistake for not selecting the correct car. Which, is setting the rules that it is a disqualification. Adam has left. I don't think that's intentional. It's rather wet though. Already. Interestingly. Adam is back, yeah. And Alu, it's, I think, a bit risky. The DRS is still enabled. I need a phone for when I can photograph the results to already fill in standings. Alu actually did it. Well done. DRS disabled. So some final cars won't be able to do it. So the problem for Alu is he's gonna finish behind Steba, at least maybe even 2 behind him, and Steba has the fastest lap. But the win goes quite unchallenged to Robin, who had a good grid position, a solid car though, and he makes the best out of it on his return here to Sprint League. Steba actually quite fast in the rain. And there is Robin coming, winning here in a wet France in the end. Steba is gonna finish in second. I don't know how he keeps doing it. He has just started to not bottle things, but he has been for a while though. Jack in third, Alu misses down on 6/10. Major in 5th, DDK in 6th. Moose King passed big turns who had a big moment. Speaking about that. And eventually Jaguar finishes in 7th. To say, Jaguar is also always very good in keeping it clean without penalties. Moose King in 8th, big turns eventually even in 9th, mini turns in 10th. Then Said, Adam, Mike, and Luke and Matt will go in respectively. So let me do some standings in between. This is for Matt, the 3rd time in the last 4 races that he finished in 15th. Some stats just about it. The 2nd race in a row where Luke finishes in 14th. Funny for Adam, he finished in the few races he did always in the top 5, except the Netherlands and France, and both were a P12. There are no outstanding penalties in my opinion, in my feeling. Said with a P11, that's equally his worst result of the season. He did it 3 other times, a P11. So this is the result, as you can see. For Boosking, this is his best result since Belgium, which is 8 races ago. And so Jack is back with a podium. Good for him. I hope he just stays for now. And yeah, Steva is on absolute run, to be honest. He was quite far down after the Belgian Grand Prix. The first half of the season was a real Steva part of the season, and now in the last 2, 4, 6, 7 races, he finished 6 times on the podiums, 3 of them as a win. And yeah, Robin with his first win of the season and his first podium of the season as well. Unfortunately, Sven dropped back to a reserve for the final 3 rounds, technically. Okay. So technically, for the first time, we have a new leader in sprint. Since Joe has finally been passed, it took 5 races for the competition to get back up to speed. Even though compared to Steba, it took 3 because Steba also missed 2 races, so you can like distract him from those. So Steva is now for the first time leading the championship, 8 points ahead of Joe. It's very interesting to see how high Joe will eventually end. And the gap to Alu is now 30 points. That's a race win. So Steva actually has to miss a race already. And even if Alu had the points from Hungary, he would be 16 behind now. That cost him 14 points. So 288 then, Alu with 258. Big Turn's only 10 less with 248, and Said with 238. So they are on 30, 40, and 50 points behind. Sixth is now Jaguar, passing Daxi with 224. Daxi has 214. The same amount as DDK. Ninth is Miniterms with 196, and 10th is still Sven with 180. So, yeah, there are only 8 in for the title, and yeah, there are only 8 already. It's already, yeah, kinda settled that only 8 can even theoretically, of course, more can win, but we go immediately. Well, Mike will not be on the grid, so for Alu, he has to say something in the future, like you have to say when you go, in how many minutes, and not just go. Oh, it's rain. Oh my god. I'm even surprised that he fixed the grid that quickly. Furthermore, in the championship, I'm still in 11th, 161, 160 for Bloodwave. Adam is now at 156, is in 13th. Moose in 14th, Luke in 15th, and the big change is that Robin goes to 16th ahead of Halinan and Ross. And Major has now passed to 21st ahead of O'Leary and New Squid. And Jack is now 26th. 30 different drivers have driven now in sprint this season. Here we go on intermediates, I think. Like half of the grid is in AI mode because Alu didn't communicate that he was already going, so I don't want to hear any more complaints about my hosting. Oh my god. Because Mike is now in the lead, because his AI is overpowered in the lead. And Moose King and Adam the same for the AI is now, yeah, well, that's your own fault, guys. The AI is doing the best. Like, Mike and Luke are already gone. Adam has left the session, but it's only advantageous for him. Mike is back, I think. Yeah, I think he's back. He immediately lost the lead, but he has a head start though. Alu is over, I think. Yeah, Alu is over, and yeah. The quick start of this race has bitten himself in the foot a little bit. So Luke and Mike are gone, and if they don't make any mistakes, they have quite a gap already to Moose King. Then the Williams guys. Jaguar is already up into 6th, even though he maybe started from 12th, I think. Jack is also already quite high up, and Steva is still in the pack though. Oh, big moment for Moose King, I think. Yeah, it's been hauled up massively here. And Luke with the fastest lap. Both Williams are going to pass Moose King there. Oh, I'm so glad I'm not driving. Last time in the wet I was already horrendous. That's an amazing switchback. I know he has a better car, but that was insane in the wet from Moose King. It goes back pass. Jaguar really has to defend against Jack, but you can make it work the outside line, and Jack is actually gonna try it. And that's a pretty awesome move, but Jaguar is still there. Yeah, and that was bound to go wrong a little bit. Side by side in the range for turn 5 is not really doable. Of course, Steba is getting away with it. I don't mind though. But Adam has damage now. Although he was ghosted, so I'm not really sure if he really could do something about that, actually. And Major is very close now to DDK. Yeah, Alu is 12 seconds off the grid though. Robin also didn't have a particularly great start. And this is the rest though, where Big Turns now took over P3, but is still having a big group of cars behind him. I'm a little bit surprised that there is still no because yeah, I also gonna be honest, of course it's safer to have ghosted cars. But I will be harsh. There was a lot of shit on me, on rage quitting for the first time in 3 years, and thereby causing a red flag. And well, I couldn't do anything about it. That the red flag glitched the lobby. That's not my fault. But this again, there were like 5 drivers who weren't AI because there wasn't any communication about when this race was going to be started. And people are used to 5-minute breaks, so you have to tell it if you're gonna divert from that. Mike was actually mentioning that he took a break. And 5 minutes is quite acceptable in my opinion, but we were already on the way after 2. But anyway, that was the last I said about it in stream. Here we have Moose King. He was under a lot of pressure from the Williams guys, maybe after he made a mistake, but he shows that race pace wise he's better than those two at the moment. And Big Turns will be even under pressure from Saeed now. the field has already spread out, and Steba is actually not really making a lot of progress for. But yeah, he doesn't really have to now. He can safely sit there in. Oh no, everything went right. Yeah. Moose King is actually, yeah, okay. Said is improving the lap, fastest lap, and eventually Jaguar does. Since Jaguar is actually closing in on Steba and looks quite similar to him pace-wise here in the rain, and the rest has dropped off already a little bit. I think Nooskut also had a moment already, and I don't want to jinx them or anything, but Luke and Mike has at least, well, they had 1.8 seconds of an advantage. Well, Luke still has that, technically, and Mike is still doing a proper job here. Let's see what Said can do. He looks the quicker of the Williamses here in the wet. I didn't even mention that Major retired, unfortunately. He had a good result in race 1, though. Yeah, so it can't make the move. Steba actually dropped him back on compared to Jack. Maybe he still got some damage, some non-visual damage there. Yeah, this corner complex is very tricky. You see big turns really struggling with his car. Moose King actually showing great pace, and he's now crawling back into Mike. Robin goes in. I'm very curious for what that will be. Something? No. Oh! Mate, it's raining. It's not even stopped with raining. It's just... Yeah, he doesn't want to drive anymore. But that shows us that at least it will become dry, I think. Because otherwise he wouldn't do it, I think. Oh, Mike actually closed in on Luke. And there is Said finally coming and going for the move. And he is up into P4. Up ahead, Mike is for the first time under pressure this race, and we are 5 laps in. Really impressive. And I think Moose King is gonna pass him. Jack is there on the outside. Oh, Moose King's actually not doing it. Jack is on the outside there of the Williams. Mike eventually lost out, and is also losing the position to Said. I'm afraid it will go from bad to worse now for Mike. Yeah, well, the big turn just slid into that gap, technically. So Mike has every right to be here. Maybe he can actually do something on the straight. This is a big toe run for Jack. Oh, Jack, are you gonna do it? He's actually gonna make it. Yeah, that's 2 moves into 1 corner. Well, moves. He's pushing them off track. Yeah, and who's gonna benefit here? Well, I will see Steba in P4 in a second, I think. Yep, exactly. Oh, Mike is still there. Mike is still there. He can still leave his car there. And he doesn't. He's sensible. But Steba got a free pass through. So we can hand him the title already. I'm not complaining though, but that was atrocious. He was in 7th under pressure from Jaguar for 8th, and just everyone decided to bully each other. At the front, Moose King passing Luke for the lead. I would really think at least a podium would already be deserved for Moose King. Same for Luke though. I think Nooskut crashed. Oh, it's carnage here. It's absolutely carnage here. Steba's gone. I think it will be a little bit harder to catch back up to the top 3, where Said is also joined already. And Jack eventually... Oh, a spin! And I am afraid Big Turn has been hit by someone. Yeah. Said passed Luke, by the way, and Big Turn's now in the middle of nowhere here. Both... Also, Adam Millsy had another issue and is now close to his car teammate for today. And so Mike has a penalty. He has dropped back to P6 and is now under pressure from 3 other guys. And DDK grabbing a multiple warning penalty, but at least he's in the gearbox now from Jaguar. Yeah, he was sensible to brake early there. I'm so glad I missed these races. This one with rain. So, okay, Luke actually already dropped off big time and can even be passed by Steba. Saeed will actually go for a second rain win in a row, maybe. It's funny, because the other races in the week, Saeed goes horrible. He doesn't have a good one. And then the second race, he goes for glory. Further down, Jaguar made the move on Mike and mini turns on DDK. That's grass, Mike. Mini turns is already alongside with him. Should Mike... I still have the firm belief that he can get a top 3. He was unchallenged for the first 5 laps, but as long as someone makes a move on him, it goes downhill, and now he is outbraking himself and goes for a nice drift through the grass. At least he will have at least no cars around him now here in P9. Steba, yeah, he's looking for another podium. Jack with another painful 3 seconds now. Steba actually dropped a little bit further back and he had a bit of a drift there. And now he's out of a second compared to Luke. And Saeed is putting Moose King under pressure. Robin is just having... Robin? How is this, Robin? Well... I'm still surprised he continues though. This is some drift practice though. Steba's already back off. He can still win the race though. Although I don't see Saeed making a big mistake. And I don't want to jinx or say anything bad about Moose King, but this is the first time he's been in the lead. Oh, Luke! Oh my god! I don't know. Luke often tells me that he has those kinds of moments more often. But that was very visible on the stream. He doesn't have the pressure, like the first car behind him has a penalty though. He can still be up for a top 4, which is I think his best result of the year. A lot of battles ongoing. DDK is trying to follow mini turns but has a penalty. Big turns was also dropped off. But yeah, let me focus on the possibility that Saeed will maybe pass Moose King. With Jack closing in on Luke now, but... Alu is now finally passing Matt. Still going to PLR. Oh, there's the 3 seconds for Luke. Now it's an important battle for him. Okay. Oh, something happened? Oh, Jack in the mud. I think he already had an issue before that. And maybe he collided with Luke, because suddenly Luke is behind Mike in P8. Yeah, I'm afraid something happened there. Jack is still not on the right path. Yeah, he is now. Well, 5 more laps for the leaders. And if Moose King is gonna pull this one off, it will be, I think, the best performance of him, of his F1 career. DDK actually going for new tires, and Luke is done with it. And that feeds the feeling that he has been hit by Jack. Also because Jack is in and gets speeding. Yeah, you could already see that. And he retires. Okay. Adam has not even returned to the grid though. He's just here, being ghost. And Robin, I don't think Robin left, but he just paused the game. Oh no, Moose King! Oh my god. He has a penalty. Well, Saeed doesn't have to do anything more now. Even Steva can even get another P2 if he closes up a little bit. Steva, stop being so good. Well, at least I don't mind him being so good, since we might have a shot at the constructors then, but that's only when I actually gonna perform. I can't perform, no. Sad life. The on-track battle was cool though. Something happened at Utrecht Centraal. Yeah, well, the race is a bit over now because of this. Hello, Aaron. Hello. Steva actually not really closing in on him. Oh yes, Battle is back. Said, what did you do? You just had to play all safe. Okay. Don't tell me Steva's gonna win this. Don't tell me. Don't fuck with me. Alu here with DDK as a penalty. The recovery from Alu is quite great, but I don't think he made a big mistake since then. And now actually DDK is defending against him. But I'm afraid if nobody makes a mistake, it will be P8 for him. Although Mike can have always can have 20 seconds of penalties, so you never know. Big Turns is back challenging him. Oh yeah, DDK is of course on new tires. Oh wait, I missed. Oh, and Moose King is defending the lead. Come on, you guy. Come on, lad. Well done. DDK stealing the fastest. I don't think anyone will get that. He's the only one that pitted. Except if it's now suddenly becoming dry and Robin is now almost getting lapped by everyone. Matt's passing him, I think. Yeah, I think Said saved, so... Although he is flicking, and he's going very wide for the move. Very wide. There could have been 3 cars in between. And eventually he makes it through, and I don't think Moose King had the best of exits there. Yeah, definitely not. Robin is actually driving himself though, otherwise you can't spin it. Mike is letting big turns past, or he was almost losing this car. Mike's still on his way for a P7 though, except if he has 10 seconds. Oh, even then DDK has a... Alu has dropped back by 3 seconds now suddenly. You can still, yeah, grab the position though, but for real, you're kidding me. If this goes on, Steba has to sit out a round. He is too quick. We're gonna give him the Joe treatment. But he already starts at the back though. Like we did with Joe for the championship reverse order. I'm afraid for next season I have to exclude some people that are gonna dominate though. I don't care that I will fabricate this tier so much. So Steba is indeed gonna to win because Moose King and Saeed just completely dropped off their tires. Even though Moose King is back in the lead. I should be happy though, it's my teammate, but yeah. It's also not fun when Steba doesn't make any mistake. He's actually trying now for his championship too. Mini turn, yeah, well, this is also a little bit of an empty battle. Since he has to really clear Jaguar. Jaguar actually defending a little bit weird there. Because he was not giving him room on the inside and not giving him room on the outside. Steba doesn't even have to do anything. If there were no penalties, it would at least be kinda exciting because he would have had taken an enormous amount of risk for the win, but you make him start last or virtually last then. And Alu is I think gonna finish in 9th. He will surely report someone. Noof went in. Steba is, yeah, they're only 2 weeks after this, so yeah, he's confirming his championship window. It would have been nice if Joe came back now. Joe, can you come back for 2 rounds? You can still win it, with gratitude. I'm still impressed by Moose King though. Said should like hold Steba up. Hold him up! And Alu with another 3 seconds though, and there is the move for midi turns, but it doesn't really matter though. Said almost 2 wet weather race wins. Avatar is even too fast of a car. Yeah, the problem is on last game we had the Williams, which was actually a very awful car, but now, yeah. Steba's also getting used to this car. So, win number 4 in 8 for Steba. An exceptional podium for Moose King though. I think that's by far his best result of the year. Jaguar goes to P4 ahead of Mini. Big Turns eventually dropped off Mike and goes to 6th. And there are some other guys coming there. I think Mike will lose a place. No, he had the same amount of penalties as DDK. So Mike actually in 7th, and there comes Alu with a nice drift. Oh, that's the best I've seen from him in this race. Yeah, do it backwards. You get disqualified. Watch out! If he gets disqualified, I'm actually gonna laugh. I don't know if he's gonna lose the position to Matt. I think he does, yeah. He actually does. It's a P10 then, I think. Yeah. Silly boy! But it was fun. That was fun. Oh my god. Yeah. Well, at least we're done before 10. But even with a 5-minute break, we could have been done at 10. Dutch time, of course. So, this is the result. Yeah. But also, it's penalty. But the pure fact is, Steba is not the fastest guy on track. But everyone else either gets a penalty or gets in a tangle with each other. Especially this race, he was not the fastest one. Look at this, like, his fastest lap says enough. Well, I am done with this stream. Thank you all. I hope there will be a pyro next week. 2 more weeks of sprint left. And let's see if Steber can clinch his title. Adios.